All right, the court is calling 2023 CR 3,
God bless you.
I'm sorry, 2023 CR 9393, State versus Darwin Gomez Jr. Could I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Mark Litt for defense, Judge.
And are you Darwin Gomez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea. And according to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state is opposed to your application of deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution, if any, to the complainant. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report by any party?
Not from defense, Judge.
All right, and are there any witnesses?
No, Judge. We provided the court with a packet and then argument.
All right, and so state any objections to the court reviewing the packet?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so if I could have that back. Thank you. And let me review this.
Yes, Judge.
Wanted the court to see.
It happened a month after.
The truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. Is there something you wish to say?
Completely regret everything that I ever did in regards to that, Your Honor. I was entirely in fear for my life, but regardless of the fact, I should have left it in God's hands and not took it into myself. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't regret what I did. I put my whole family and my wife through hardship. I never meant to do that. They all rely on me a great deal. A lot of people do. And the incident happened a month after I had just gotten married. So the biggest thing for me being fearful at that moment, I was not justified. I should have just left it in God's hands. I feel like a fool. But I'm grateful to the Lord because I've gotten closer with Christ since the incidents happened. But I feel terrible. I feel terrible about everything that had happened in that incident. And I don't ever want to do that, anything like that again. I have no firearms any longer. I don't have any intentions of going back to my lifestyle. I'm with the IBEW Local 60 Union now, ma'am, and I'm working to get my journeyman's license. And the past couple of months, I've been working on leaving San Antonio, Texas, to go to Bigfoot, Texas, to be in the countryside. And I don't plan on ever going back to doing anything near like that again. And in the instance that something does happen like that, I will happily leave it in God's hands. Whether it be me dying, me being disabled, or whatever it is. But I don't ever want my wife to be fearful, to be.
That's what's wrong with society today. Part of what
Without me or my mother, and not think that I can raise my siblings or help my siblings. And it's not an excuse, Your Honor, but I want you to know that there's not a night that goes by that I don't think about the man and about what I did. I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart.
State, any questions?
No.
All right, and State, have you had a chance to review the packet? All right, and State, are you still proceeding with the plea?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, State.
Judge, just given the evidence that was stipulated to your opposed, and we ask that you deny that.
All right, defense.
Briefly, Judge, a couple of things. Without sounding cheesy, but for the grace of God, I mean, choosing to discharge a firearm, whether he hit somebody, missed somebody, or God forbid took a life, is literally but for the grace of God. And I think the minimization is the fact that he believed, rightfully or wrongfully so, that a road rage incident was going on. And that's why that's probably, after hearing him talk now, because like I said, our conversations were always like he did right now, which he was remorse for it. What I can say is this: the complainant, as you can see in the PSI, leaves it to you. He's not asking for prison. He just wants to ensure two things. One, he would like to get, I think he's out $6,300 that he lost with regards to his hospitalization and treatment. And he wants to ensure that nothing like this ever happens again with the defendant judge. And so starting from that, what I can tell you is this, is that in a perfect world, this never would have happened. The only positive I can say, and it sounds like a cheesy defense lawyer saying, but I've been doing this for almost 20 years, and I can say that I have, from the very first meeting with Mr. Gomez to now, I have seen not only the words of genuine remorse, but the actions to show that he's actually taking steps to change his behavior, change his actions, to be a productive member of society. When I think of, do I believe that some people deserve to go to prison? Without a doubt. And the question I've always asked myself, I've never had the honor or the privilege or the burden of sitting in your seat, but I always ask myself, is society better served with the person behind bars or the person continuing to be a productive member? In Mr. Gomez's case, he has gotten a great job, and a great job isn't a reason to keep someone out in and of itself, but he does have a good job. He's an electrical apprentice working on his way to a journeyman. He's currently earning almost $5,000 a month, and he has a lot of progress within the company and within vertical moving. With regards to his views of what happened that night, the choice he made was obviously the wrong one and a dangerous one. The smart thing would have been to have called 911. Unfortunately, playing Monday morning quarterback, judge, is not something that we had the luxury of going back and changing it. But his actions while on bond, with employment, with his family.
So sorry. So sorry.
The PSI, when it did the evaluation, did say that he is a low to moderate risk, and they confirmed.
The officer makes contact with you at the right passenger window.
I was,
Prison in 2008.
That he has a very strong and a very large support network of both family, friends, and colleagues. He doesn't have a drug problem, doesn't do drugs, doesn't drink. His problem has been his response to immediate, confrontation or anger, as you've seen through his record. But I do believe, without a doubt, that one, he has taken steps to show that it's not just words, Judge, that
Right from the jump, notice the judge's tone calm, steady, straight to business. This is typical Judge Boyd. No theatrics, no warming up. When a judge opens a hearing this way, it usually means the decision is serious and already weighing heavily in their mind.
taking steps to show that he has, one, understood how horrible and stupid what he did was, but also steps in the future of how never to be before this court, never to put someone's life in danger, never to be on this side of the criminal justice system again, Judge. If you have the courage to grant him.
Oh, well, it's not a matter of my having courage.
Sorry, Judge, and I apologize. I wasn't trying to offend you by any means. If you grant him deferred, you won't, I am confident in saying that you will not be mistaken, embarrassed. He will not be before this court for an MTR or any other court for a criminal offense. He will successfully complete all conditions and terms of his deferred adjudication and will be able to, which I've found is sometimes most helpful, is be able to pay it forward with regards to helping other people realize that, the decisions we make not only have real world immediate consequences for other people, but for society and for the families as a whole. We would humbly ask that you grant him deferred adjudication. I've explained to him that deferred subjects him to a full range of punishment, not just 10 years. And this court has a heavy hammer over his head. We just ask for the opportunity, Your Honor, humbly.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Sure.
For the past 2 years that I've been going through, coming to court and going about the reschedulings and so forth, I've made it number one priority out of everything in my life to make sure that I get here no matter what it is, whether I'm in Oklahoma, I'm in Paris, Texas, or Rogers, Texas, or anywhere in Texas. And I'm very grateful that y'all have given me the opportunity to appear via Zoom, and have been very lenient with me as far as appearing here to make something like this possible. But I do want to let you know that it is my number one priority to be as on time as I possibly could for any event or anything that y'all need me to do or need me to cooperate with. It's just, I want to be as cooperative as possible, and I don't ever want to look at anything like this again in my life, Your Honor. And I'm grateful to even be standing here in front of you, because 2 years ago, I remember sitting in jail next to a man who stabbed his brother in the neck, and I thought that was it. That was my last opportunity to even see the outside world. And for this past 2 years, I've seen miracle after miracle after miracle, and I've met so many people that I never thought I'd meet, and seen so much that I never thought I'd seen. So I do want to let you know that I am a man of my word, and it's all I have. And I plan on staying and sticking to it no matter what.
All right. So, here we can go off the record. Here's the court's question. Let me just tell you, sometimes I think out loud. Sometimes what I'm thinking out loud, these are just thoughts. Sometimes it's hard to send somebody to prison when you see that they've changed their life, but they've done something bad. And so with you, I'm balancing what you've done. I'm balancing where you are now. I'm balancing your age. I'm balancing, the complaint. I will tell you this, the complainant in this case did you a solid, because there are some complainants who would say, I want him underneath the prison. And so what I can tell you in this is what the complainant is saying. And I'm not saying I'm going to lean one way or not, but so the complainant says they're out of pocket. Where is this? This is the time where you need one of those sticky things to turn pages.
Your Honor, I'm not a...
So, the complainant says they're out of pocket $6,136.20. And what I can tell you is normally when people say they lost this amount from work, I'm like, I'm not allowed to legally give that.
Quick legal note: when the judge lists the case number and charges, that's more than formality. It locks the case details into the official record for sentencing, and the mention of a deadly weapon finding that elevates the entire case. It restricts probation options and increases the seriousness of any sentence.
But he says he lost a week's pay. That's $1,096.16. And he says his vehicle is still impounded. I don't know if his vehicle is still impounded or not. I don't know how to check on that. But he's saying that vehicle is valued at $8,000. So if you add the approximately $6,000 plus the $1,000 out of work and the $8,000, that leaves a restitution amount of $15,232.36. Now, what I can tell you is, I will think about this, but you probably need to speak with the state and speak with your defense attorney about this restitution amount, because it appears that's a majority of the complainant's concern.
I'll take care of him, Your Honor.
Well, no. You want to talk to your attorney about this, because what I'm telling you, this is what I've discovered in my time on the planet.
Yes, Your Honor.
Everybody says they're going to do certain things. Everybody said they're going to pay a certain amount, and then you know what ends up happening? They're on probation. They're supposed to pay a certain amount, and then they don't pay it. And if there's a motion to revoke filed, and it's over fees, I can't send somebody to prison for
money.
not paying money if they establish that they are unable to afford it. So whenever there's restitution, especially at this amount, I usually want a majority of it paid up front. So you may want to step back and speak with your attorney and speak with the state.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
The PSI pre-sentence investigation is a big deal. This report often sways judges more than anything else said in court. If the PSI rates the defendant as low risk, the judge may lean toward mercy. If it paints a chaotic life, chances of leniency drop fast. Pause for a second. What do you think? Should having a stable job and a new marriage influence sentencing? Some viewers say absolutely yes. Others say past stability doesn't erase dangerous actions. Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is rare. When a judge goes off the record, it usually means they're about to think out loud, something you almost never get in a courtroom. Judges guard their reasoning closely, so moments like this reveal the emotional conflict behind the legal decision.